my sweet little rattlesnakes. These rattlesnakes are not just beautiful and gorgeous because I raised them up and I love them so much, but I love them so dearly because they're one of my favorite rattlesnake species on the planet. And you know, it's crazy, we don't see eastern diamondbacks as much as we used to back in the day. Back in the day, you could find these guys throughout Davie, Fort Lauderdale, all of South Florida, but because of development, we've lost so many eastern diamondbacks in our natural habitat. She is a beast of a rattlesnake. Look at those perfect little heat pits at the front of the face, used to target warm-blooded animals. And then we also have the western diamondback rattlesnake, which is commonly found throughout western United States, Texas, all the way to Arizona and whatnot. And those snakes are diamondbacks as well. Oh, do you have the copies? Do you have the copies? Where?
Yeah, the copy. Get the copy.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's the copy.
It's still copying. It's still copying.
It's copying.
Guys, we got lots of good news. I got all the plans right here. We're working on the Serpentarium. We got a contractor. It's going down. Oh.
Hey, Chandler.
Yes.
You got the signed contract? Make sure you make a copy of it for your file.
Yes. I'm making 2 copies. Dos.
Awesome.
No, how about
awesome.
Tres?
Your dad wants to talk to you when you get in the truck, okay?
Okay, I'll call him when I'm on the road. I'm hanging up. I love you. Guys, there's a lot going on. Welcome back to my wildlife. We're inside Ruth's little office. This is where she does overload things. Oh, I gotta get out of here. Why am I wasting time? Anyways, good news, guys. Lots of good stuff is going down. I have a contract, and it looks like it's only gonna cost $12,000 to over $14,000 to get these modifications to my Serpentarium done. Oh, that's nothing. That's not half the price of the fencing that I would have to pay. Don't worry, as long as you guys keep buying Chandler's Wildlife merchandise and supporting us on Patreon and watching the channel, just watching the channel in general, help support us. We're just, buy some shirts. Look at this one, please, look at this one. Buy this one. Look at this one. That one's pretty cool. Buy it, please buy it. I gotta go, I'm running late.
You gotta go.
I gotta go to the building department.
Go.
Do I have my copy?
Yeah, you have your copy. Do you have
These
your check?
pockets have 2 pockets. It's confusing. Bye, Ruth.
Bye.
Bye. Is he really like this off camera? Is he really this high energy? Yes, baby. Oh, not gonna break another window. I'll see you guys later. We'll do some snake maintenance. I just gotta go to the building department.
Go.
Chandler's Wild World's happening. The Serpentarium's gonna go. Yes. Woo!
Now I'm just here alone.
What is going on, my beautiful, lovely people? Welcome back to my wildlife. I'm sure you just saw I'm real pumped because things are starting to finally move. I've been handcuffed for 3 months, 3.5 months, not being able to do anything with this big space, this beautiful Serpentarium. Yes, if you haven't heard, we bought the name Serpentarium here in Florida, so we own the business name Serpentarium. Woo! Or just a title name. It's not really a business. It's more just education, conservation, and preservation of our beautiful planet. That's what we're about. That's all I want to live for. And that's what I'm going to die doing. Conservation, educational wildlife. What can I say? I love it. Some of us want to live to be 80 and die of cardio problems. Or some of us want to live to be 92 so we can blow out the candle with your dentures falling out. Fudge that to hell! I want to live the most extreme wildlife I could live possibly. I just want to live on the edge. Not because I'm an adrenaline junkie, but because I love our big blue planet so much. I love all these reptiles. Look at this. Look at that snake. This is a jaw-dropping snake, the gabino from Africa, a hybrid between a gaboon viper and a rhino viper. Look at these. Green mambas from Africa hiding in the back. Neon green snakes with an extremely potent neurotoxin making them stand from the rest of the snakes. It is just incredible, the different varieties of reptiles we have on our planet. The duplicates you can find in one country and then something similar found on the opposite side of the planet. How did this happen? Pangea breaking apart, different continents, different species. It's all amazing, beautiful, and we can't contain ourselves. All we want to do is educate you guys about our beautiful wildlife. And today, we're gonna be doing a remodeling video. We're gonna get in here. We're gonna remodel these guys. You see, we got hit up by MTV and these two this pair of siblings right here, because they're not lovers. So I almost said that. They're related. We're not breeding them. We don't want to do any kind of inbreeding here at the facility, so they're gonna get separated eventually. But this is my pair of sibling eastern diamondback rattlesnakes. I got a male and a female that I've been raising for over 2 years. They're getting big. You're about to see they're like that long. Now I got this enclosure freed up We relabeled it for the rattlesnakes, so it's nice and labeled, dangerous venomous reptile, scientific name, everything required by the state. We got all this space. This is where the puffing snakes used to live. So now we're gonna put the eastern diamondbacks in here, and they'll have much more surface area. This enclosure's a little too small for my liking, and we can put another species in here so something else can have a bigger spot. I'm gonna take these rattlesnakes out of their box, right into this box for holding, take out their water bowl, take out their hide, use it for that enclosure. I'm gonna remulch this whole entire thing, and we're gonna give these rattlesnakes something they deserve, a bigger space. That's what it's all about, giving everyone upgrades. We're gonna give our lizards upgrades, we're gonna give our crocodiles upgrades, snakes get upgrades, everyone live the best life possible here in captivity, because if you're gonna live in captivity, why not live like a rock star? All right, so let's see, I'm gonna take my peas, and that's the key right there. It never gets confusing for me. I've been doing it for too long. See, the strike range is about that long, so maybe I should hold it right about there. Okay, let's see. Nice and smooth, my sweet little rattlesnakes. These rattlesnakes are not just beautiful and gorgeous because I raised them up and I love them so much, but I love them so dearly because they're one of my favorite rattlesnake species on the planet, the eastern diamondback rattlesnake. This is literally the largest species of rattlesnake you can find in the world. The record is supposed to be over 8 feet long, like 8 foot 2 to 3 inches. That's a massive rattlesnake. Typically, a big one would be about 5, 6 feet long because that's the average you can usually find out in the wild. But on the rarity, out in the middle of nowhere, if a rattlesnake's being left alone long enough and they have the time to grow, an eastern diamondback could literally be over 7 feet long with a body like that thick. And they'll be eating wild rabbits, swamp hares, typically. And then when they're young, they'll be eating the rats, all kinds of good stuff. But mainly, these guys would be eating rabbits. And that's what makes them so big. That good protein from the wild rabbits that they'll start hunting on. And these guys coexist with our indigo snakes. Now, the indigo snakes are an endangered species here in Florida. They cohabitate in burrows, gopher tortoise burrows, with eastern diamondbacks, the gopher tortoises themselves, and as well as mice, rodents, things like that. And it's good to have these guys inside. Woo! Don't get too close to my fingers now. It's good to have these guys in those burrows because they'll manage the rodents that start to come into the burrows that might feed on, who knows, maybe they'll dig up the eggs of the gopher tortoise, who knows what they'll get up to, maybe chew on something they're not supposed to be chewing on in those burrows, maybe a tortoise's back hind legs, and then something like this, a diamondback rattlesnake or an indigo snake would be in there to make sure everything is maintained and there's a proper balance, the ecosystem of the gopher tortoise hole. And you know, it's crazy, we don't see eastern diamondbacks as much as we used to back in the day. Back in the day, you could find these guys throughout Davie, Fort Lauderdale, old South Florida, but because of development, we've lost so many eastern diamondbacks in our natural habitat because the best place to find these gopher tortoise holes that they share with the rattlesnakes, they're high and dry areas. So what happens is developers here in Florida will actually buy out that high and dry land that just so happens to be gopher tortoise habitat, and they'll demolish it just so they can build a residential neighborhood, a Walmart, a parking lot, whatever it is. So the more land that we can protect, the more rattlesnakes will thrive here in Florida. And believe me, even if you don't like rattlesnakes, they're very important to have in our ecosystems. What would you rather have? A couple rattlesnakes here and there that don't bug you, or hundreds of thousands of rats and rabbits overpopulating Florida, overeating the natural resources of the ecosystem, throwing everything off balance? I'm a little sweaty right now, not because of the snake, but it's really hot. And we're just getting our mobile AC unit coming in today, and then we're gonna get a real deal AC unit for the whole Serpentarium soon, so I won't be sweating like crazy when I'm handling these snakes. Look how beautiful this rattlesnake is. I literally raised this from a little worm, and he's doing fantastic. Let's get this guy into the box. There we go. Beautiful rattle on that snake. And let's get his sister, that's a little bit bigger, believe it or not. She's always been quite bigger. Look at that snake. Don't forget that we have a rattlesnake in the box down there. All right, let's see. We're gonna hook this snake right from underneath. Basically just scooping her out. Oh, oh, oh. It's okay, baby. I wonder if the male has actually gone a little bit bigger than her. There we go. No, she's big. Look at her. Whoop! Look at that. She is a beast of a rattlesnake. Look at those perfect little heat pits at the front of the face, used to target warm-blooded animals like rabbits coming in from the night. Coming into the burrow, seeing them with those heat-seeking pits, they strike out, inject those fangs, and that's a nasty, nasty venom. A full-grown eastern diamondback, or even one this size, could deliver a deadly dose of venom that will put you in a coffin. If you were a little kid and you took a bite off a rattlesnake like this, it is not a good survival rate. The venom is just so nasty, it's like acid, and it'll eat you from the inside out. You never want to take a tag from a rattler. Look at these guys, they are so beautiful. This right here is iconic Florida right here, eastern diamondback rattlesnakes. This is a species I wish was flourishing here in Florida, but we really need to protect more and more ecosystem for that to happen. Or we're gonna see these guys decline more and more as the years go on. Because believe me, from being a little kid to now, I've seen lots of crazy changes in the habitats of Florida and losing lots of species we used to see all the time. On other notes, we've done really good conservation efforts, like American crocodiles. We used to have only 200 to 300 adult American crocodiles in Florida. 30, 40 years later, now we have anywhere from 2,500 to over 3,000 adult breeding crocs in Florida. That's conservation. All right, so that's locked up. We're good to go. Now we can start working on this stuff. What we want to do is take the hide out, because we'll probably want to put 2 hides in there, give options for the snakes so they don't have to cuddle each other every time they go to sleep. I'll clean this cage later. We got the hide, we got this bowl. There's a big bowl in there we might just end up using. And now we got to deep clean this enclosure. This is pretty gross. It's got some old shed from the last snakes. Let me get this unlocked actually. Keys are right here. All right, so then what we just need to do is clean the glass, get all this nasty mulch out, clean the hide, clean the water dish really good. Put this gently right there. There we go. Come on. Not now, buddy. Come on. Would you look at that? Oh, that's gross. Let's clean that. All right, so we got the glass out. We're good to go. We're going to clean the water dish, get all this mulch out, like I said. And I'll see you guys in a split like a banana peel. Oh! All right. We're going to put that fresh mulch in. We got no float cypress mulch. The good stuff I like to use for my animals from more tropical areas or humid areas. We'll save the rest of this mulch for this enclosure right over here. Spin that. The Aboriginals taught me that one. And I taught myself that one. Let's get this mulch spread around. We're going to use our handy dandy snake hook. It's honestly the only thing it's good for is moving mulch around. Brother and sister, together forever, until they're sexually mature. Then I separate them. Beautiful. I'm going to take this hide right here. I'm going to shove it right in this corner. Try to hide it a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to take this big black hide. I'm going to put it in there too, because these rattlers are getting big. And then make some space for that water dish. They get a much bigger water dish now. So even if they wanted to try and sit in the water, which usually these rattlers won't do, they still have that option. And that's nice to go through like a nice big bath, as they would say. If that's not a beautiful habitat, I don't know what is. Have a look at this. I could literally get inside of this. Not now, buddy. I could literally get inside of this. And I could live here, but I'm not going to because I have a whole house right across the road. Alright, so we're good to go. I'm going to get the glass right back in the truck and let's get these rattlesnakes right back where they belong. In here and in the natural surroundings of my neighborhood. It's really funny because I moved out here. There's a lot of drama about me with my venomous snakes, but in reality, we have coral snakes out here. We have eastern diamondback rattlesnakes. We've got moccasins. We got pygmy rattlesnakes. We got all the good stuff here in South Florida, even in St. Lucie County. And when I was meeting with these officers recently, the ag unit, I let them know, hey, if you get rattlesnake calls, you don't have to kill the rattlesnakes. Give me a call and come help you guys. So hopefully we can do an episode down the road of us helping out with the neighbors, helping them out with their rattlesnake problems, and bringing a rattlesnake solution. These hands, boy. Wow! Would you look at that? That's a beautiful habitat if I've ever seen one. Okie dokie. Artichoke, let's get this going. Let me get my snake hook. And we're gonna take these rattlesnakes out. Let me just unlatch this. Since we're not transporting them, I just have a carabiner and I'm gonna lock it for real. And let's see how these little babies are doing. Ooh, mama mia, they're so... Oh, not you, not today. You beautiful rattlesnake. Notice this one right here, the male, is a little more charcoal black with his diamonds on his back. That's how they got the name Diamondback rattlesnake. Those beautiful diamonds going all the way down the spine, almost to the tail. Let's see. We're going to get this guy out. Nice and easy. Got to watch out for that one in the back. Might bite me in the hand, but usually, if you leave her alone, she's pretty good. Well, you got a little stuck shed. You got a little shed stuck to your face. Here we go. Look at that beautiful rattler. We're gonna get him right into the enclosure. All that space to enjoy. That is such a beautiful rattlesnake. You know, there's the eastern diamondback rattlesnake found on the eastern side of the United States, southeastern United side. And then we also have the western diamondback rattlesnake, which is commonly found throughout western United States, Texas, all the way to Arizona and whatnot. And those snakes are diamondbacks as well. Good way to tell the difference between them besides range would be, ooh, don't slip on me. Besides the range of the animals is that the eastern diamondback rattlesnake has that beautiful black yellow tail, whereas the western diamondback rattlesnake actually has a bit of a coon tail. And by coon tail, I mean it actually has like a raccoon looking tail with black and white striping. So that's a good way to tell an eastern from a western diamondback if you're ever in a captive situation and you're not sure really what you're looking at. All right, we're gonna put this big girl away. Whoop! Gotta get that fan kicked back on. We turn it off, our industrial fan to suck out the hot air when we film because it's kind of loud. But today we have our mobile AC unit coming in, so we're good. Get in there. Look at these guys. Look how beautiful they are. Look at that male in the back. That is a beautiful pair of siblings right there. Almost said pair, but they're never gonna mate. I don't like them inbreeding. They are found in Alabama for their range, but we're in Florida. We're not doing that. All right, so beautiful people, thank you for joining me on another wildlife, my wildlife, and Ruth's wildlife. Ruth, say what's up.
What's up?
Come on, say something. Say something.
Hello?
Show your face.
Hello.
Okay, so beautiful people, if you haven't already heard, CROC Fest is happening next weekend. It's what, Thursday today? So not this weekend, next weekend on Saturday, June 26th, we're gonna be doing CROC Fest at the Lowry Park Tampa Zoo. So if you guys want to have a meet and greet, meet myself, meet Tyler Nolan, meet all the other people from YouTube, from other wildlife parks, even Savannah Bones is going to be there from Gatorland. It's going to be wild, baby. And every little bit of money that gets raised at this CROC Fest will go towards the critically endangered gharial of India. They need our help, and the more people that show up to this event, the more money goes towards the conservation effort. So if you pay for a ticket, you're getting food, you're getting drinks, you get to attend an auction, and you get to walk around this big, beautiful zoo, the Tampa Zoo, and you get to see a gharial in person. I've never even seen a gharial in my life. I've only seen them in books and videos, so check this out. That's a gharial, the most bizarre-looking crocodilian we have on the planet. Next to Bridget the Broad Snout. I'm just kidding, Bridget. Don't be offended. Anyways, beautiful people, don't forget to check us out on CHANDLE'SWildlife.com to get the sickest merch. I mean, if you're single and you're ready to mingle, put one of these shirts on, and I'll tell you what, you'll have all the ladies or men all over your body. And yeah, if you're over 18, have fun. If you're under 18, have fun in school with those little schoolgirls, huh? Anyways, beautiful people, check us out on Patreon as well to support the cause of this conservation facility and helping us build out this place, because the bills are only going to get bigger and bigger to get this accomplished. And we're probably going to end up doing a GoFundMe in probably, I don't know, like a couple weeks or something like that, just so we can start raising money for the fencing, the installation of the fencing, all the stuff that has to be done in the Serpentarium, because it's coming out to a lot. You know, I already had to pay for a lot of stuff. It would be nice to get some support, so if you guys want to help support, you can. But for now, come hang out at CROC Fest. Let's have a good time. Let's have a big party. I'll see you on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, and most of all, no matter how hard things get for you in life, no matter how many obstacles the county, you just gotta jump over them. Because if you really want something in life, little obstacles, little hiccups, they shouldn't be holding you back. You should be running with happiness. No matter what happens, go for what you love. Do what you love to do. And if it's right, never let anyone stop you. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Come on. Not now, buddy.